Hey, I'm Chris, and thanks for joining me on my last video of this Aoshima Vertex Toyota Chaser. And as you can see here from the video and the first image, everything's all ready to go. So I've got it all laid out really nicely. Trying to get a little bit arty. And as you can see from this video and obviously the unboxing and previous videos, there's quite a few parts. It's not incredibly high on parts, but it's not really low on parts. You know, it's a nice happy medium. There's enough going on to keep you busy. And for me, you know, it's a complete different kit. You know, for those that have seen me builds on Reddit and Instagram, I'm very much into the tuner JDM side of, you know, sort of like Skylines and Imprezas and things like that, the more sportier things. I don't, you know, the only 4-doors I could think of building really was the two ER34 Skylines. So I've always wanted to do a chaser, and I'll be honest, after building this kit, yeah, I've definitely found a newfound love for this sort of style of car. You know, the big 4-door, big VIP styles for sure. I'll be definitely looking at doing some more. So anyway, here we go. Let's get this thing put together. Now I'm in my new hobby area in the hobby room. I thought I'd try and get the camera set up to try and record me actually doing some work. And there was quite a lot where it was just out of shot, or it was just hidden by my hand and you couldn't see much, unfortunately. So I was a little bit gutted, but you know, I just need to find the right just get into the right groove really. I need to find the right angle, and just it's a learning experiment, absolutely. You know, new area, and you know, just trying to gain a bit of confidence, and again just trying to get that angle right, and changing it up a little bit restricted as to because I use my phone to do all the recording as to the holder, but it's a start, and you know, going forward I'm going to try and do as much as I can. So far, obviously, as you've seen, sort of, I've got the front brakes together. I'm just getting some anti-roll bars and stuff putting into place just here. The upside down bottle cap, that's actually got some super glue in it. I just tend to use super glue on these painted parts and just pop it together. And so far, as you've seen, I've been trying to keep you all updated as to what sort of stages I'm at during the build. It's good to note that because there's quite a lot going on this bit here, in this particular section, it does give you an order of parts and to which to fit them, which, you know, I think is quite good. It just helps clarify. Again, as you can see, there's as much as I wanted to get all of the assembly in this video, I didn't actually get much, but you can see there the actual front assembly is all assembled, and there's me trying to fit the rear suspension. And this is the issue I had. I didn't realise I was off camera or out of shot. It was just completely covered up. But this is, you know, it's a learning thing. I'm gonna have to try and find a different way. Maybe put it from the back of the desk facing towards me. Try and get a more head-on sort of thing, square on. But as you see here from these instructions, we're pretty much getting to the end of the chassis assembly. We've just got the exhaust and bits to put on. The actual wheel well, I actually cemented all that on before any paint had left the airbrush. Here we're down to getting the wheels on, and in that bottle lid is actually some washing up liquid, dish soap, depending on where in the world you're from. And I just like to apply it generously on the poly caps on the back of the wheels, just to help get them onto the pegs as such. And here we are, all finished on the chassis work, and I really like how the wheels and the discs have turned out. I love how the exhaust looks. I'm just incredibly happy. You know, I've tried a few new paint methods, and again, the chassis work, you know, there's enough detail going on, and I don't normally go mad on doing loads of chassis detailing, but for this I went a little bit more than usual and got some real gold down, and yeah, I was super happy. So yeah, I was really happy with how all the chassis went together. There was a few parts, it was a little bit fiddly, not bad fitting, just fiddly. I could have done with like an extra pair of hands, but that's just me. I think my assembly is my weak point in building. It's definitely something I need to work on more. So here what I'm doing now is just attaching the wiper blades. I'm actually using super glue, the tiniest amount of super glue, to secure these wiper blades into place on the windows. Now where they fit onto the clear window, it's actually hidden underneath the bonnet, and I just wanted to get these glued on first and then left to one side so it could set, because what I didn't want to do was tip it upside down to try and get it in the body and things start falling off. So I thought before I start working on the interior, get those glued on first. And here, as you can see, just laying out all the interior parts. It wasn't complicated at all, nice and easy. And again, same as the chassis work, just using super glue, CA glue, whatever you want to call it, wherever you're from, and just putting it together. And got no complaints at all whatsoever with the interior. The fitment was spot on, absolutely spot on. I mean, even where the seats went, even with that flocking, there was no issues at all. There was a nice big enough ridge, and everything just went together, spot on. And after the interior tub is assembled, there is a few pictures of it assembled, and you'll see it just looks great. I was quite happy to keep it subtle with the black seats, the red flocking, the black door cards, black dash. Just wanted to try and keep it very minimal, but not too monotone with all one colour. And I think the Bordeaux coloured flocking, I think that works really well with the colour of the body, and it just sets it off really nicely. And yeah, I was just super happy. For those that have watched previous video, I think the unboxing where I mentioned the interior tub with the separate door cards, I really like these sort of kits where they do come with the separate door cards, because it really gives you that opportunity to go to town if you wish, go to really detailed levels and all your different colours. But like I said, on this one I decided just to keep it all black, apart from the Bordeaux coloured flocking. And for me, that was absolutely enough for me, and I was over the moon with how it all ended up looking. Also, whilst on the subject of interior work, I did detail up the dash. I'm not well versed on the appearances of a Chaser dashboard, so with a Google image search, I just looked at a few different dashboards and tried to get some ideas. I will show a little clip of that after this assembly of just the detailed dash, really. All the buttons down the center console, and for where the speedo dials are. Again, a little trick, just cut some thin plastic to size to fit in front of the dials, to give it like that screen look like you would in an actual one-to-one car. It's just a little thin, like off a Hot Wheels packet or something like that. Just a really thin piece of plastic, clear sheet, just cut down to size. But anyway, there's the tub attached to the chassis. Talking of the chassis, that's the chassis, and this is the dashboard I was on about. So I've just tried to simulate symbols on all the buttons on the center console, and they're not actually a particular symbol, it's just dabbed on white. But from a distance you can't really tell, and you see there the screen cut to size in front of the dials. I really like how it looks. And here's the assembled interior tub, and as you can see, like I've said, I just went with quite a subtle black and red, and I was super happy. The obligatory mock-up of body on chassis once finished, and I'm really liking how it looked, and I got super excited, so excited in fact I forgot to do any recording on putting the windows in, the body together, so many apologies for that. But here is the final photos, and again, since building this kit, I've got a newfound appreciation and love for the big 4-door Japanese, these style VIP cars. I just love it. I just love how it's turned out. I love the way it looks, and I'm just super happy with it. Now, for those who would ask, you know, would you build this kit again? Absolutely, 110%. I'm already thinking about getting another one in the future, and I've already got a few different ideas spinning around in my head. Great kit, great. What more can I say? I just really enjoyed it. Anyway, thanks for following along. I really do appreciate it. I'm very, very excited for the next build coming up very soon. But for now, I'll let the video roll out, and thanks again. See you next time. All the best. Cheers.